start making moves, perhaps impeaching Rosenstein.
I like that. Did you hear that, folks? Impeachment.
Rod Rosenstein is a coward.
Should Robert Mueller, Rod Rosenstein, resign? I say yes.
Rosenstein should be recused from any participation.
How come Rod Rosenstein doesn't have to recuse himself?
Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, who's out of control himself, why he didn't have to recuse is another question.
I have suggested that the president should fire Mr. Rosenstein.
Robert Mueller and the Deputy Attorney General, Rod Rosenstein, they must resign immediately. Rosenstein, go. The investigation ended.
Rod Rosenstein should recuse himself.
There is a sufficient basis to fire Rosenstein in particular.
Rod Rosenstein, he must recuse himself.
They should hold Rosenstein and Wray in contempt of Congress, and if they don't produce the documents, impeach both of them.
Rosenstein, out. If you have respect for the law, get out. Recuse yourself. Rosenstein recused.
All right, we have to go.
We need to fire Rosenstein. He's got to go.
Mueller and Rosenstein need to go, in my opinion.
I don't know why Rosenstein didn't recuse himself from the beginning.
And Mueller and Rod Rosenstein recuse themselves, resign immediately.
The president says, goodbye, Rod Rosenstein. You've done a terrible job.
Rosenstein contributes to all of this. Both of them need to recuse themselves and get out of the way.
Rosenstein has treated Congress with nothing but contempt and should be held in contempt and impeached if appropriate.
Rosenstein, it's time for you to answer those questions. We know the answers, and then recuse yourself and get out of the way.
Based on some of the facts we've seen, he should recuse himself.
Rod Rosenstein must recuse himself. Why hasn't Rod Rosenstein recused himself?
Rod Rosenstein signed. So if that's not enough to force the action, as Greg just talked about, contempt or impeachment, you tell me what is.
Rosenstein's appointment is not only illegitimate, it's a constitutional farce.
It calls that into question. Recuse himself, but Rod Rosenstein won't.
Impeach either the deputy director, the director of the FBI, Rod Rosenstein, and even the attorney general.
This individual is a swamp dweller.
Rod Rosenstein must now be held accountable. It's called congressional government oversight. It's called checks and balances, co-equal branches of government, and yes, the United States Constitution.
Rosenstein and Session should be fired.
They need to ask Mr. Rosenstein why he didn't recuse himself.
When Rod Rosenstein stands in the way of all of that by not allowing Congress to do its job, then he should get rid of him. The only way to do that is through impeachment.
And anyone...
Rod Rosenstein has to be removed.
Rosenstein needs to recuse himself. Rosenstein has bungled this from the start.
This is the easiest question in the world. Of course he should be recused.
If Rod Rosenstein defies President Trump's order, which Brennan is encouraging people to do, to declassify these documents, he should be fired.
Rod Rosenstein deserves everything that he's getting.
Rod Rosenstein is finished.
Rod Rosenstein is so conflicted, he shouldn't just be not in the Department of Justice.
Wouldn't he
should
get
be nowhere
mad, though, if Donald
American
Trump were
government.
Wait a minute.